Well, good afternoon, fellow constitutionalists. I'm making this video in response to some news coverage about Donald Trump and what he said on Saturday and the response on Sunday as far as Charlottesville goes, the violence is down there. Response Sunday, and then his reaffirmation of what he said on Saturday. And I have 3 video clips. I'm going to play them back to back to back. First one's his first one where he condemns the violence on Saturday. The second one is Sunday, NBC talking to gentlemen over at Meet the Press. And then the final one is where he's at a conference today, this morning, and he goes one step further, but I'm going to point something out after the clips that didn't change. And I honestly, I don't watch the lamestream media too much, but I imagine they're probably not going to be satisfied with what he said there in his third video. But I agree with him. I don't think he had to clarify anything from his Saturday video. And because if you go back to my show today that I posted up today, my live show from August 14th, it's an hour-long show talking about everything that went on down there. You'll see where there was violence from all 3 sides of the major players in this. So let me get this set up for you, and I'll play these back to back for you.
But we're closely following the terrible events unfolding in Charlottesville, Virginia. We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides. On many sides. It's been going on for a long time in our country. Not Donald Trump, not Barack Obama. It's been going on for a long, long time. It has no place in America. What is vital now is a swift restoration of law and order and the protection of innocent lives. No citizen should ever fear for their safety and security in our society, and no child should ever be afraid to go outside and play or be with their parents and have a good time. I just got off the phone with the governor of Virginia, Terry McAuliffe, and we agreed that the hate and the division must stop, and must stop right now. We have to come together as Americans with love for our nation and true affection, really, and I say this so strongly, true affection for each other.
Specifically condemn what happened and the people who carried out the act allegedly in Charlottesville on many sides, and he had many times, many tweets where he could have corrected that, where he could have gone further and didn't.
No, I mean, look, you can't say it's anything other than deliberate. He has a reputation for not being afraid to call individuals out, whether they're members of the media, politicians that make him upset, fellow world leaders. So we know he's capable of singling folks out.
You're talking about Nazis, you're talking about the KKK, you're talking about white supremacists. If you can't come out and easily and readily and quickly condemn that, what can you do?
No, and the ambiguity there. You know, Mark Sanford, the congressman from South Carolina, I want to give him credit for this quote. He has said, candidate Donald Trump's campaign unleashed a demon that's been out here on race. Nobody is saying it should be directly tied to him, but the demon's been unleashed. He, I think, more than anybody else, has a responsibility to help all of us do, but he has a responsibility to lead in trying to get rid of that demon.
Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans. We are a nation founded on the truth that all of us are created equal. We are equal in the eyes of our Creator. We are equal under the law, and we are equal under our Constitution. Those who spread violence in the name of bigotry, strike at the very core of America.
Now, you heard those three video clips. You heard those three video clips, folks. And the thing I want to point out about those video clips is the first and the third one were President Trump. All he did was add a couple names, all right, to assuage the hurt feelings of the lamestream media. Oh, he didn't come out in strong enough terms for us to condemn those on the alt-right. But in the third video, he still said and used the term all hate groups. And there were two other hate groups there that were active and that were violent at the Charlottesville riots, okay? Antifa and Black Lives Matter. As a matter of fact, what's kind of funny, it's one of the few times you'll see the right and the left get together. The KKK is not an alt-right group. The KKK used to be, and probably still is to a certain extent, very small, but a certain extent, one of the militant arms of the Democrat Party. So this is one of the few times you'll see the right and left get together and agree on something. But in all of this, all three of these groups participate in bigotry, participate in violence. Now, from the video I saw, it looked like the violence was started and precipitated by Antifa and Black Lives Matter, because the mayor and the city manager felt the need to give those two groups a permit to rally on the same day that they gave Unite the Right a permit to rally. And so what do you think was going to happen? Do you think it was all going to be kumbaya and blue skies and rainbows? I don't think so. And honestly, I think the Democrats are in charge of Charlotte, Terry McAuliffe, and all those that support Antifa and Black Lives Matters. They knew that this wasn't going to be an easy day. And matter of fact, I think some of those groups are actually counting on the violence so they can swell their ranks, as it were, so they can actually grow in number and recruit off of this violence. So, folks, President Trump did a good job on Saturday condemning violence by all groups. And on Monday, today, all he did was add a couple words to make the sorrowful lamestream media feel better that he was pointing out these groups. And again, it amazes me. It just amazes me of the ignorance in the lamestream media. It really does. And how stupid they think the American people really are. Thanks for watching this video, folks. I'm Dan Clements, your constitutional warrior. And remember, God loves you. I love you. Fight the good fight and make sure you're on the right side of things in the end. Hey folks, if you like this previous video here, please subscribe, hit the notification button, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, and please leave a comment because your feedback is much appreciated. This is Dan Clements, your host of the Dan Clements Show, your constitutional warrior.